Today we're going to review for the Unit 7 test. The first problem we have is we have a circumference of a circle that is given to us as 18 and 84/100 feet, and we're being asked what is a radius. So in order to determine this, we probably need to remember what the formula for the circumference of a circle is. The formula for the circumference of a circle is either 2 times pi times r or pi times d. Using this information, we can plug in what we know into one of these expressions and to be able to come out with what we need to be able to solve for it. In this case, we're looking for radius, so we're going to choose 2 times pi times r equal to our circumference. As we look, we see that we're given 18 and 84/100 is our circumference. So we replace all of the variables with the values that were given, and we see we were left with only one variable, r. 18 and 84/100 equals 2 times 3.14, which is a decimal approximation of pi times r. So we see in the next expression here, we multiply 2 times 3.14 to get 6.28. Now, in order to solve for this problem, we're going to have to, on both sides, divide by 6 and 28/100 so that these two values will be eliminated, and what we will be left with is r. So we need to divide 18 and 84/100 by 6 and 28/100. So as I remember, you cannot divide by something that has a decimal, so I'm going to need to move my decimal place over 2 spots. If I do that one, I also have to do it on the inside. So I'm going to have to move my decimal place over 2 times. Now, a good hint whenever I'm looking at this is that the first 2 digits here is 18, and the first one here is 6. Now, 6 goes into 18 approximately 3 times. So if I want to check my mathematics to make sure, I'm going to multiply 628 times 3. When we multiply 8 times 3, we get 24. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8, and then 3 times 8 is 18. In actuality, the exact value is 3. Therefore, the radius of our circle is actually 3 feet. Our next problem says that Kat has 24 yards of border for her rectangular bedroom. What equation could she use to determine the amount of border she has in feet? Well, if you remember, we used this model to help us determine, to change from one unit of measurement to another. So to remember, we start with yards, so it goes here and here. We want feet, so it goes here and here. Now if we look at our conversion chart on our math chart, we see that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So here we're going to do 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. Then we need to write down what we start with. In this case it was 24 yards. And our unknown, or our variable that we're going to, is how many feet. So I'm going to actually use x. You could use anything that you want, f for feet, b for border. So if we look at this, and notice the problem is not asking us to solve this, it's asking for the equation. And so what we're going to have to do is to just set this up as an equation. What are we going to have to do? Well, we're going to take 24 times this ratio right here. Now 3 divided by 1 is 3. So we're going to take 24 times 3 to equal our x. And so in this case I put b, but it's 24 times 3 equals b. This is the expression that can be done. So you can see we can just take this and put it into an algebraic expression. Our next problem says to find the volume of this little object. The first thing we need to do is identify what that object is. This object is a triangular prism because it has 2 triangle bases and 3 rectangular faces. Remember, to remember what the shape is, we have to see which shape is cut. If you cut it across, remains the same. If I cut it through the middle, anywhere through here, the shape will be a triangle. If I cut it anywhere else, I'll get a series of rectangles, but they'll be all different sizes. So since I know they're not the same size, I know the base is a triangle. So here we see that we have to find the volume, which is area of the base times height. So the first thing we need to do is to find the area of the base. Remembering that this is a triangle, we have to find the area of the base as 1/2 base of the triangle times the height of the triangle. The base of the triangle is 12 and the height of the triangle is 9. So we plug that value in to get our expression 1/2 times 12 times 9. 12 times 9 is a difficult number to multiply. So what I do is I like to take half of my first value. Half of 12 is 6, so that gives us 6 times 9, which is 54 squared centimeters. So now we can put that into our equation where we have the area of the base is 54 centimeters squared and the height of the prism is 18 centimeters. Now we need to multiply 54 centimeters squared times 18 centimeters. So we take 54 times 18. Well, 8 times 54 is 432. 10, which is what this actually stands here, times 54 is 540, which gives us a grand total of 972. Therefore, our volume has 972 cubic centimeters.